In this video, I'm going to show how to configure and to set up a scheduler, a query scheduler in the BigQuery resource of the Google Cloud. I have login in my account, and I'm going to go to the BigQuery Studio where I have already my project, and also I have even the table and the data sets that I have shown in the other video, how to upload information and data in my data set that I have created in a BigQuery. Now, before I start setting up my scheduler, I have to make sure that I have the necessary permission. So I go to I am an admin, and I go to my service account. Make sure that the BigQuery admin is already selected and is part of the role. So if you haven't clicked yet, you can edit the principal, go to add another role, and here you can choose BigQuery admin, and you can save and add a new role to your service account. Let's go back. After we have made sure that our service account has the proper rights, we go back to the BigQuery Studio and we go back to our table, and we have our query. We add a new tab, and let's suppose that we're going to select from this project and from this data set and from this table information. Let's run it, and it's going to show all the information from the query. We now can schedule this query. We can give a name to the query that we want to create. BigQuery Lab. Let's call like this. By default, the frequency is every day. You can schedule every minute, every hour, every week, every month, or you can do your own scheduler or on demand. Depends on the need or depends on the way how you want to schedule your query. I'm going to leave daily and write a specific time. Let's say it's going to be at around 9 UTC. It's going to start tomorrow or tonight. If you want this query not to be to start right now, you can select a time and the date where you prefer this query to start running. I'm going to leave it right now, so we don't have to wait for days or for weeks or longer for this scheduler to be run. And also, you can select when this scheduler should be ended. We choose end never, or you can schedule an end time. Depends on the specific of the query that you want to create. And here, after you have selected, it's going to show the information that the scheduled query is going to run every day at 9 UTC starting from now. Then you have to create a destination table. We click it, we create a data set, BigQuery Lab. It is recommended that the schedule query and your table and your data set should be in the same project. So it's not recommended to change from the project. And we live in the multi-region in the United States, and if you want, you can enable the table expiration. Since I haven't give a specific time where my schedule query should finish, I'm not gonna click the table expiration. But if you want to be more specific, you can enable table specific expiration and give a time when your table will not be available anymore. We leave default and we just create it. Now we selected the data set and we create a table. BigQuery Lab. So that's going to be the name of the table. And um, you can choose the destination table partitioning field. That's for optimizing your query. If you want, you can choose as a string or as a data. Depends on your requirement. I'm not going to select this option, but if you have big tables that you want to run query, it is it is a way to optimize your query. Also, I'm going to overwrite the table, and if you want, you can send an email notification and write the project. It is, since I'm creating a basic one, I'm not going to select the option. And here in this option here, you can choose even different service account. I'm going to leave default. So it shows here that the schedule query is already created. To see where my query is saved, we go to the option here, schedule queries, and we see that our query is created and it has a destination data set, it has the name, and also has even the scheduler. And it shows when it's going to be the next scheduler. There are a few informations that they are shown. If you go inside the scheduler and you click it, you can see the logs. This is very helpful in case you want to understand if your query was executed successfully. If it has a problem, a certain problem, you might filter your issues according to alerts, critical, error, warning, and different options that the filter gives you to filter your information from the logs that is in your interest. Also, there is an option to edit. If you want to change your query, you do the changes, and then instead of creating a new schedule query, you just update it. Let's go back. Here is the disable. With the disable, we stop the query running, but we don't delete it. With a delete, we have already deleted completely the query, and it doesn't exist saved in our Google Cloud account. And there are more options if you want to update credentials or schedule backfilling. So uh, schedule schedules are automatically run. So if you want to click more options and to see more detailed information for your query, the schedule query offers a lot of things to run through your tables that you have created in the Big Studio. So now we go back to the Big Studio. We see that we have the old data set that has the table and also all the information that I previously have load in my data set, and also I have even a new data set that it is empty, but in this table it's going to be saved the queries that they're going to run by the scheduler.